Hello, my name is Nienke and thank you for spending some crafty time with me. Today I'm going to do the third and final layout of the Petal Notes card kit. It's retired. I've had it in my room for such a long time and I just decided I want to finish these cards. So we did these and now I'm going to do this one. And I think this is the one I'm going to change up the most. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do. Because these are just white on the back, I decided not to cut it off. I'm just going to use the card base as is. And then what I really wanted to use was this, the Courage and Faith stamp set. And I thought about using trust in the Lord with all your heart. I wanted to use that sentiment. So it took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do, because I was playing around with like a white sentiment and that just didn't feel like a white backing or tag, and it just felt like it was totally lost. And then I decided to change that to pool party, and all of a sudden the entire card came together. So let me show you what I did. I'm going to take my pool party tag, and this is from the tags dies, tailor-made tags. They're retired. If you have them, use them. If not, I think there's a lot of tag dies currently available. And I'm just going to use black memento ink, and I put this on a H block. Now I just want to make sure that this is inked up nice. If you have a Stamparatus, you can definitely use that. I'm just going to give this ink a minute to absorb into the paper. There we go. That is perfect. That is pretty much the only stamping we are going to do. So let me clean that up, move this out of the way. And then what we got in the kit to use with this layout was this gold piece. Now I want to spread this up a little bit because I wasn't exactly sure where I wanted it. So in the end, I decided to cut this piece right down the middle, like so. And now we have these two pieces. And I think what I went with was to have this one on this side and this one here. So let me show you. These are stickers, and when they are down, they are down. So in order to make sure that I have them where I want them, I did the following. We're going to add some dimensionals, and I have a piece here that I want to use up, and that will go right over there, like so. Let's take off these backings, and then just carefully take this off. It's a very thin piece of gold sticker, so you just want to gently pull away the backing and carefully lift without really holding on to the sticker tightly, because you don't really want it to stick to your finger that much. And then remember that this is not sticky as well. And then what I did is just move that behind like so, getting my cut pieces sticking to my finger, and making sure that I have something touching the dimensional right there. And then we can grab a little glue dot. I have a whole bag of these, and I'm just gonna grab one of these tiny ones, remove the backing. Come on. No, we'll do this. Just put a little glue dot right there. If I can, this backing just doesn't want to go. And then just put that on there. And now we can do the other side. Where's a good starting point? Right here. Carefully pull You don't really want to bend this piece, otherwise that mark is going to sit there. So I'm just carefully looking for a area where there's a lot of things coming together like that. And then being very careful again, I want to put this at the bottom like that-ish. And let's just quickly turn this around and see where we can get it to stick right there. And that looks good. Because this is sticky, it's going to stick to the paper anyway, so we don't need to worry about that. Now I just want this to be sort of straight and sort of in the middle, and then we can put that down. And if you like the placement, we can go ahead and stick that gold piece down nicely. Now I'm going to actually undo this little glue dot now, because it's one of those paper glue dots. They come loose pretty easily, and just adhere the sticker down because I don't want that popped up. I just wanted it underneath the sentiment. So there we go. That is our first stage. And then what we got in the kit and what I have left over are these pieces. So I'm going to grab one of these leaves and stick this right under there-ish, like so. Just lightly tapping it down until I have my placement right. And then we're going to take one of these orange little flowers and place that around there, I think. Let's just carefully put that down. And then we have, now I have these little cutout pieces that I thought would look really nice. So I had an idea with them. It's a little bit putsy, but you know, sometimes we just have to do what we have to do, right? So I just took a little piece of like clear tape, stuck it over, and then just carefully pulled it off. Now you want a tape that won't, you know, stick, not a very high-tech tape. You just want it enough to get this transferred, right? So now I'm going to put that down there because it's a sticker. So we want that to be down there nice. And now very carefully we want to pull away the adhesive tape without pulling away the top layer of the sticker. So that is the goal. I'm sorry if you can't see anything. I just want to grab these tiny little pieces, and you know what, if they don't want to stay, they don't want to stay. That is fine. We will figure them out eventually. Come on, little dude. Stay. There we go. I think I got those two to stay. It's the smaller pieces that's the big drama. These ones the bottom ones I don't really mind about because I'm just going to cover them with flour anyway. So there we go. Just put my sticky tape off to the side because I'm going to reuse that, and just reposition this little leaf. It does not need to be, it's not a leaf, it's a piece of the, we're going to put this pool party flower up there, and I felt it was just a little bit, you know, lonely there by itself. So I don't care that much about the bottom two pieces of the leaf because I'm just going to put the flower. See how pretty that is? If there was nothing there, then it would just feel a little bit empty. So now that I have my placement nice, I'm going to stick these stickers down. The other thing I have is the braided linen trim, and this was in the Calypso Coral. I love this braided linen trim. It is one of my favorite. I think we had Mossy Meadow, and we had a natural one, and then we had the Calypso Coral one. Did we have a, I can't remember if we had anything else, maybe a pinkish one. There is a thicker pink braided trim, I think, at the moment. I'll have to go and check. So I love this. I just ordered bunches of it when it was available, and I'm just going to make a wee little bow. Grab a glue dot. Like so, and stick it up there. And I don't really want it to stick to the bottom of the card front, so I'm just lifting that up a little bit. There we go. And now the kit came with these little sequins. That is really pretty, and I'm going to use some glue dots to adhere them. So 1, 2 in the middle of the flowers for my flower centers, and then I'm just going to add 1 there, and I think 1 about there. I'm just, yep, I think that's good, and 1 here. So glue dots down first, because these are loose sequins. Don't have adhesive backing, so we're just gonna give them that 1, and I'm only going to use the pink ones on this one. And a nice little center for the flower. And the other flower, and the last one. There we go. So that is our third and final card for this kit. I hope you had fun with it as much as I did, and if you made it to the end of the video, I would love for you to like and subscribe, and I will just see you in the next one. Bye bye.